All right, good morning, boys and girls. Today I'm going to draw a picture of a wolf. I've gotten a lot of people after the sloth video that have been telling me they really want to see a wolf drawing, and I usually don't take requests, but there have been a lot of people. So we're gonna go ahead and give this a try. I'm gonna do this version and see what everybody thinks of it. So this is kind of the finished one. I'm gonna move it to the side and go ahead and get this started. So I'm gonna start off with the nose. And so for the nose, right in the middle of my paper, I'm gonna draw kind of a V shape. Just like a little carrot or something. And once I have that V shape, I'm gonna close the top with a curve. This is gonna be our nose. And the mouth is gonna actually be connected to the nose. And so to do the mouth, I'm just gonna start at the nose, and I'm gonna do a curve going this way and a curve going this way. Our wolf that we're doing today is pretty much symmetrical, which means that everything on this side of the paper is gonna look like this side of the paper. Let's go ahead and give him some teeth. Give him two sharp little teeth. And if you want, you can have a little curve here for the tongue. It's pretty cute. Now our wolf is going to have kind of a center section that goes around the nose that I would leave white if I was going to be coloring this. So what I'm going to do is, if you're in my classes in school, I'm going to do kind of like an upside down question mark. So I have a line and then a curve on both sides, and they're going to come together. And we did something similar to this in school. And at the top, I'm going to do kind of like a jagged line across the top. It's pretty good. This is honestly probably the hardest part of this drawing. Now we can go ahead and do the eyes. I tell my students in school, if you have a different way that you like to draw eyes, I know eyes are kind of a really signature move for some people, where some people draw anime eyes, other people draw these cute little puppy dog eyes. You can do the eyes in a different way if you want to. I'm gonna do this as kind of like a cute, kind of cartoony way of doing it, sort of anime. But I have an oval, and then I have two circles inside of this oval. These two circles that are inside are gonna stay white. Those are the highlights, the glimmer in the eye, and the rest of it is gonna get shaded in. And I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and you take your time. I could fast forward through this, but I think by me taking my time and doing it and you just watching, this gives you a little bit of time to catch up and a little bit of time to follow along in real time. You can always pause the video and stop for a little bit, or rewind it. I was taking my time. Now I'm using a pencil for this. Later on, you could come back with a Sharpie or markers or crayons and add color and different details to this. But I'm just gonna do this with pencil so I can erase things as I go if I need to. All right, so we've got the nose, and you could shade this in too if you want to, but if you're gonna use color, I tell students, oh, you might wanna make a pink nose or a black nose. I'll just shade this in because that's what I'm using as pencil, so I think that'll make the most sense. It's pretty good. And we wanna give him some fur on the sides of his cheeks because he's a wild dog. So on both sides, I'm gonna kind of draw this line going out. And then this is gonna create the fur. So I'm just gonna do 2 points on this side and then do the same thing on this side. They might not be exactly the same. I have a lot of students in school, they get so upset or worry so much about making everything look exactly the same on both sides. So once I did that, I'm just gonna connect the two with a curve, and that's gonna create the top of his head. If you want, you can do some eyebrows. I'm gonna do mine, but I'm gonna leave them white. If I were to be coloring this in, I would probably leave this area, the muzzle of the dog or the wolf, white, and the same thing for these eyebrows. And then at the top, I would do these ears. Wolves have pointy ears that stick up. They're not like maybe your puppy at home that has floppy ears. And I can do the inside of the ears too. And I'd probably leave the inside of the ears white too. Looks pretty good. Now to keep up with like this big furry theme, we'll put some, like a collar or a chest of like furry white fur here. So I'm gonna do kind of these zigzags all the way from one side to the other. And then his body is gonna be below this kind of furry collar that we just drew. And for the body, I'm gonna start off by drawing the sides. He's gonna be sitting down. So I'm gonna draw a line down on both sides. And if you were doing this drawing in class, this is gonna seem very familiar to you. I might put my fingers here. I'll put a spot there, a little dot there, and then I can connect those two dots with kind of a rainbow shape. And then that's where his little paws are gonna go. So I'm actually gonna draw this kind of oval, but it's not gonna be complete. I'm gonna leave this open here, and this is where his little paws are gonna be. And so you can put these couple lines here to make it look like little toes. If you want, you can even add some little claws there. This is actually a pretty good time to be doing this drawing. It's close to Halloween right now, so it's gonna be a werewolf. Now on both sides of the body, we're gonna draw his back legs. So his hips are gonna stick up. So I'm gonna do kind of a curve. It looks like a candy cane on both sides. And then underneath those candy canes, we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna draw these two paws. So I'm gonna have it go just past that line on both sides. And then we can draw the toes again. Now yours might overlap more or less than mine does, so you might not be able to see the toes as much, or it could be a little different. And then the last thing I want to do for this drawing is I want to give our wolf a nice bushy tail. So coming from either side, wherever you have more room, I'm just going to draw a tail. It's going to curve up. And I think I ran out of room on mine, but I want to make it nice and thick here in the middle, and it gets skinnier at the top. And even though we can't see the end, it would get skinnier at the bottom. And if you want, you can give it maybe a white tip on the end of the tail as well. This could be real easy to turn into a fox, depending on the way you color it. Or like I said, we could leave it as a wolf. Or if you want, instead of calling it a wolf, you could say it's a different type of dog, a husky or something like that. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it easy to follow along with. And I hope you're all doing really well. So give this a try, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.